Students, today we will try to understand the refraction and dispersion through prism. First, we will see what is prism. Prism is a transparent medium bound by two rectangular surfaces called refracting faces, inclined to each other at a suitable angle known as refracting angle or angle of prism. A rectangular base and two triangular faces. Altogether, there are five faces in a prism. Let us now see how refraction of light takes place in a prism. A ray of light incident on refracting surface of a prism suffers refraction by both the refracting surfaces and hence deviates from its original path through a certain angle of deviation denoted by delta. Refer the diagram in which A is the angle of prism ABC and mu be its refractive index. KL is the light ray incident on refracting face AB at angle of incidence I1, which is refracted at angle R1 bending towards the normal N1O. The refracted ray then falls on refracting face AC at incident angle R2 and finally refracted at angle I2 bending away from the normal N2O. The emergent ray Mn makes an angle delta with the direction of the incident ray, which is the angle of deviation. Now see in the triangle PLM, the exterior angle delta is equal to I1 minus R1 plus I2 minus R2, or delta is equal to I1 plus I2 minus R1 plus R2. Again in triangle OLM, R1 plus R2 is equal to 180 degree minus angle O. In quadrilateral ALOM, angle A plus angle O is equal to 180 degree as angles L and M both are 90 degree. Therefore, angle A is equal to 180 degree minus angle O. Comparing equation 2 and 3, we get R1 plus R2 is equal to angle A. According to Snell's law, mu is equal to sine I1 by sine R1, which is nearly equal to I1 by R1 as angles are small. Therefore, I1 is equal to mu R1. Similarly, I2 is equal to mu R2. Substituting values of I1 plus I2 and R1 plus R2 in equation 1, we get delta is equal to mu times R1 plus R2 minus A, or delta is equal to mu times A minus A. Taking out A being common, we get delta is equal to mu minus 1 times A. This is an important relation which indicates that the angle of deviation in a prism depends on angle of prism, angle of incidence, and nature of material of the prism. It is a fact that when I increases, delta decreases and reaches to a minimum value, after which it again increases with increase in angle of incidence. In a plot between angle of incidence and angle of deviation as shown in the figure, we could see for one value of delta, there are two values of angle of incidence, that are I1 and I2. At angle of minimum deviation delta m, I1 is equal to I2 is equal to I, and hence refracted ray inside the prism is parallel to the base. As I1 is equal to I2 is equal to I, therefore R1 is equal to R2 is equal to R. Hence the relation R1 plus R2 is equal to A becomes 2R is equal to A, so that R is equal to A by 2. Now delta M is equal to 2I minus A. which gives I is equal to A plus delta M by 2. Substituting values of I and R in equation mu is equal to sin I by sin R, we get mu is equal to sin A plus delta M by 2 divided by sin A by 2. This is known as prism formula, which with the help of which we can find the refractive index of the material of the prism. There is another phenomenon of light which occurs through prism. The phenomenon of splitting of a beam of white light into its constituent colors on passing through a prism is known as dispersion of light. The band of 7 colors, that is Vibgyor, violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange and red, is called the visible spectrum. The cause of this phenomenon is that the refractive index of the material of the prism is different for different frequencies with which the colors are associated. The red light, having longer wavelength, moves faster than violet, which has short wavelength, and the red color deviates less compared to the violet, which deviates the most among the 7 colors, which means lambda V less than lambda R. Therefore, mu V greater than mu R. Hence, delta V greater than delta R. Now, angular dispersion produced by a prism for white light is the difference of the angles of deviation of two extreme colors, that is violet and red. All the 7 colors are contained within this angle. As delta is equal to mu minus 1 times A, therefore for violet, delta V is equal to mu V minus 1 times A, and for red, delta R is equal to mu R minus 1 times A, and hence angular dispersion delta V minus delta R is equal to mu V minus mu R times A. Angular dispersion depends on angle of prism and nature of material of the prism. Now the dispersive power. The dispersive power of a prism is the ratio of angular dispersion to the mean deviation produced by the prism. It is represented by omega. So, omega is equal to delta V minus delta R divided by delta, which is equal to mu V minus mu R times A divided by mu minus 1 times A, or omega is equal to mu V minus mu R divided by mu minus 1, which can also be expressed as d mu by mu minus 1. The angular dispersion is therefore equal to dispersive power into mean deviation. One more interesting phenomenon of light is scattering. This is the spreading of light in different directions. There are many interesting consequences of scattering in nature, one of which is the appearance of blue color of sky. Sunlight traveling through earth gets scattered by large number of molecules in atmosphere. As the size A of the molecules and tiny particles in atmosphere are much smaller than the wavelength of light, then Rayleigh scattering is valid. The intensity of scattered light varies inversely as the fourth power of wavelength of light, that is 1 by lambda to the power 4. As blue color has shorter wavelength than red, therefore blue color is scattered more than the other colors and enters into the eyes, hence sky looks blue. Another consequence of scattering is the reddish appearance of sun at sunrise and sunset. At the time of sunrise or sunset, the sun is near horizon and therefore sun rays travel longer part of atmosphere. As the wavelength of red color is greater and intensity of scattered light is proportional to 1 by lambda to the power 4, the other colors are scattered away more than red. And red enters into our eyes, and hence the sun looks red during the sunrise and sunset. Students, you think about why the danger signals are red. There is one very pleasant natural display, rainbow, which is the consequence of dispersion of sunlight by the water droplets in the atmosphere. Rainbow is in the form of concentric arcs of colors in the sky when the sun shines on water droplets during or after rain. It is seen while the observer stands with his back towards the sun. Usually we see primary rainbows, but sometimes secondary rainbows are also seen. Primary rainbow is formed by 2 refractions and 1 internal reflection of the sun rays from the water droplets. In primary rainbow, red color is on the top while violet is in the bottom, and the primary rainbow is bright. Secondary rainbow is less bright, and also the color sequence is reversed. That is, red is in the bottom and violet on the top. The reason is that secondary rainbow is formed by 2 refractions and 2 internal reflections. The one extra internal reflection is responsible for sequence inversion of the colors. Well, you can try to observe some more natural phenomena based on reflection, refraction, dispersion and scattering until the next session.